Good morning. Just making some notes. This is how I start out every morning. Okay. First of all, Mila Matina, either way, it's a very pretty name. Thank you for being a part of my channel and for giving me such great comments. I appreciate it a lot. Dolphin Boy, not gonna lie, I only looked this up to spam people with it for the stupidest song ever written. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Let's see. Ivy Claw. I'm laughing at this so much I cried, LOL. And I have to say, her high voice sounds like a goat that got ran over by an elephant. And Anime Girl 567 says, LOL, you should make more videos. So, I'm trying. I had a nice conversation yesterday with Kin and Ryan 007, so that was nice. You asked, is there anything going to be uploaded today? Yes, right now. Macy Cisco said the song is so amazing, he'll be running. It's a new video I posted. Thank you, Macy. I'm hoping that it helps a lot of women mainly, but there are men that are involved in domestic violence. But I hope it helps some that are especially still in that very volatile situation, that they know that there's a number they can call and get some help. And believe me, those people will help you. They will make sure that you are safe. Gears Gamers, great video, keep it up. Thank you. Let's see, Good Cod Gamer. He says, the stupidest song ever written, I sing it all the time. And he says, I love your song. I sung it every time in school last year. Oh man, those poor people. They must have been very annoyed. Okay. I did the shout outs. Check. I woke up this morning with this idea in my head. I can't help it. It's part of my disability, and so I write down everything, and now that I have YouTube, I figured I would share all these things that come into my head. Like, our economy is pretty bad. I mean, we owe a lot of money. People owe us a lot of money. So if we send billions, millions, whatever, millions, billions, to help another country, it should be a purchase price that we are buying the country. I know, it's a good idea. But it's like, we can't keep lending money. We can't keep giving money. As much as, North America has a great heart. We love to help people, and sometimes it's to our detriment because we don't have enough to help ourselves. And it's like self-care. The United States has to start doing some self-care in order to be healthy enough to help somebody else. So I'm saying, if a country, some small country somewhere or a bigger one, needs our help financially, that it is a business deal and Donald Trump. This might interest you. It's a business deal. It's an investment. We are investing in your country, therefore we now own it. Please don't write if you're going to be mean. I can't help what comes into my head. And I figure I'm going to share it, and if it's a really good idea and somebody actually does it, then maybe I could, like get like 1%, like for the idea. And this is again for Donald Trump. We don't need a wall between Mexico and us. We need to buy Mexico. And I don't know why we haven't yet. And it's absolutely nothing against the people of Mexico. There are so many wonderful people. They're hardworking people, people that are not corrupt, that are not into drugs. And they're already trying to come into our country as refuge. So if we make Mexico part of the United States, I don't know how they feel about this, then we can help them better, and we have a safe ally to our south, and we don't need a wall. Then we have a very peaceful country to our north, Canada, beautiful and peaceful people. And then we will have Mexico that is also going to be peaceful, because we will then move, we'll be able to come and go from Mexico as we would Nevada to the Dakotas, I mean, I think it would help if we made them an offer. Check. Our budget. Now this is for President Obama, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, whoever gets to be in the White House. We need to just, wipe the slate clean for the budgets. Just start over. Just forget how many people want money and just start over with the very first thing, a 10% tax on everyone. That means those that are in poverty all the way up to those who are billionaires. Businesses that are mom and pop all the way up to corporations and churches. I mean, churches ask for 10% tithes. Why isn't the church tithing? So, that's going to bring in a huge amount of revenues for the United States. Everybody 10% tax. Okay. Next. There are fundamental things that need to happen, that need to change. And one is we need to keep the United States safe. So those who keep us safe and those who teach us should get a lot of the budget. Our teachers are training our children to become responsible adults. Our police, our firemen, our EMTs, our soldiers, they are all keeping us safe. We need to make sure all of them are taken care of and paid well. Next thing, a big percentage of our budget should go to making sure Earth is healthy. Because if Earth isn't healthy and disintegrates, we're all going to just be floating in space. We need to make sure that we take care of Earth. Everyone should get a plot of land where they can grow their own vegetables and fruits, rather than having just a few farmers that do all of this work, and they use pesticides because a lot of times they don't have any choice, because there's such a demand. So I say everybody gets their own land to farm, and they don't use fertilizers except poop. And that way it cleans up our water, gives us untainted fruits and vegetables, and it's nice to grow your own stuff. As far as the military goes, we need to deploy soldiers in the U.S. into the U.S. to beef up the police force. We can't have a Baton Rouge and a Dallas keep happening. And I don't know where else police have been shot, killed, and what the mindset is of somebody who does this kind of thing. But it's awful. And right now, our country needs to beef up our police force. So, President Obama, I'm asking that you deploy some of our soldiers who are just on their bases in the United States, and they're just doing their jobs, every day, 9 to 5 kind of thing, that maybe some of them, or maybe the reserves, come in and help the police. And please don't get involved in protests where people are shouting, "Let's kill all the policemen." It's not helpful. Black Lives Matter is, I'm sure, a good organization, like it needed to be there, but all of us matter. And police shouldn't be brutalizing anyone or shooting to kill unless it's absolutely necessary. They need to be held accountable. But on the other hand, if a policeman gives you a direct order, please follow it. I think the resisting can cause what could be a calm situation. It can create a volatile situation. So please do what the police tell you to do. If you think it's unfair or you're mistreated or whatever, get the lawyer and then deal with it that way. But fighting an officer, throwing rocks, all that stuff, that's just creating a situation where the police are going to have to defend themselves. Because Dallas and Baton Rouge were military, the shooters, I'm asking that every single service man and woman be tested for any number of psychological disorders, but especially PTSD. We send them over to war. They come back. We put them back to work 9 to 5. It's like, what are you doing? This isn't okay. And sending them over there to wherever there is more than once is abominable. It's not okay. Once is enough, and that should be mandatory, just once. But anyway, all military should be tested. And I'm sure there are a lot of military that have a disorder, and if they do, they have to be cared for. They have to be put into treatment. They have to be given medication. They have to be helped. They're keeping us safe. They have to be almost a number one priority. Now on to the Bachelorette commentary. JoJo was frustrating me last night because every time she went to Chase's Colorado. What a gorgeous place and what a gorgeous man. I mean, wow. And, and I thought, oh, she's going to choose him. Isn't that nice? And then we go to Jordan, and it's like, okay, now I'm confused because now I think she's going to choose Jordan. Oh my gosh, who was the next one? Good grief. Robbie. Okay, Robbie. Let me write this down. Chase, Jordan, Robbie, and who's the country guy? The military guy. Jake? Luke. Okay, so I've covered Chase. And then we go to Jordan. I think everything's great. And then she goes to Robbie, and everything's great until the end. And then she gets paranoid, and I don't blame her. Who wants to get into a relationship, a new relationship, with somebody who's got obviously some pretty immature people posting crap about him on the internet that apparently wasn't even involved? It's just a roommate, so I don't know what the story is there. But who needs that? And then we go to Luke, and I think everything's fine. But then we get to the rose ceremony, and she tells us she has to send Luke home. And then Luke, of course, calls her out and tells her he loves her, which only confuses her more. And I hate continuations. I mean, if something is going to take longer, then just push the other shows, back, like they do with Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. They make them wait till like 11 o'clock at night sometimes because of other shows, pushing them back, pushing them later. Well, this is important. The Bachelorette is important to a lot of us. And I would rather push, like Code Black or one of those other shows. And I like Code Black, but push them a little later so that we can see what happens. So that's frustrating. Anyway, I think she's going to send Robbie home. I think if it's so stressful for her to hand out the roses, which is really a painful experience, I can imagine, that maybe they could put her in like jeans and a t-shirt, first of all, so she's really comfortable. Put her in like a very nice hotel room where she can relax, and then let the guys come in one at a time so that she can just sit down with them and tell them, okay, will you accept this rose? Or, I'm sorry, I can't give you a rose. But it seems like the ritual itself is really stressful to her, as I can imagine. So, I think Robbie's going home. Who do I think is going to be the winner? I think it's going to be Jordan. I don't know. It's just, I wish it was Chase, but I think it's going to be Jordan. Anyway, that's my commentary. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to clear things up for you. Somehow I know what the answer is to all your questions. I need a crystal ball around here. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Please have a good day. So anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm glad they're out of my head now, and you can feel free to discuss them amongst your friends and family. And peace and love. Bye.